Off day Monday. Everybody just kind of kicking it, enjoying things today, enjoying a great weekend. Hope you're doing good. On a Monday is I guess a Monarchs Monday, right? It's uh, gotta love what happened over the weekend. Dan Vomithy, voice of the Monarchs. Glad you're late today, but we had some breaking news. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Also, it's off day, right? So we put the off day cap on and the off day shirt on, and we come rolling your way as we take a pause for the final, really fortnight or a little bit more, 2 weeks basically of the season. I mean, 2 weeks from today, we'll be sitting in Cleburne at the depot wrapping things up for the season. And if you hear me, thumbs up. That's always a good thing. That's always the drill. I'll make sure everybody's chiming in here. And let me pull this up, and we will be ready to go. I got plenty to get to. Plenty to get to today. We've got breaking news. I've got a look back on the entire weekend, some odds and ends, just little numbers, your questions and comments. There's a lot, and probably this is one of those shows I probably could go on for 2 hours, but we're not. We're gonna there we go. So I am hearing myself here, so that's good. Numbers, your questions and comments. So I can hear myself right there. Sorry about it. And you're hearing yourself, but you're out there. So fire away your questions and comments. Let's bring this down. Anyway, glad you all are along. Hope you're doing good. I'm going to turn this just a tad. There we go. Got the KC in the background. And anyway, all right, let's go breaking news first, right? Does that sound good to you? Let's do that first. This is breaking news. You're hearing it here first. Let me break this down to you. Here we go. Always official. When you hear the breaking news sounded, always official that something big is happening, something good is happening. How about this? Justin Donatella is the pitcher of the week in the American Association. How about that? Twice now in the last, 4 weeks, the Monarchs have had a player recognized. Of course, Morgan McCullough 3 weeks ago as the player of the week. And today, Monday, I don't think this is much of a shock. And unfortunately, because of the weekend that was, and I was traveling last night, and we're packing up the ballpark because soccer was coming in this week, and you're kind of you're looking down. In this game, you look down the road to the next one, right? In my business and where I'm sitting, I'm always looking ahead to the next game, what we got coming up, where we're going to be, what we're going to do, who's pitching, all that. And if I'd have thought about it long enough on Friday, because remember this Friday for Thursday, this goes back to Thursday. It's complete game effort against Sioux City. First complete ball game for Kansas City in a 9-inning ball game since 2016. And if I'd have been thinking enough yesterday, I probably could have realized today I'd have gotten this message. And I remember last night seeing, well, you know what? I wonder what Monarch's going to be offensive player of the week, because I've kind of been waiting for another Morgan McCullough type. Ryan Grotjohn was a pure performance player of the week from this week, the association last week. But if I'd have thought about it deep enough and really taken the time to go, wait. And I think the rain out on Friday, and then the rainstorm on Friday, the Saturday, Sunday thriller, the walk-offs, the walk-off yesterday, the breaking of a tie in the 8th. I think all that, this team continues to out-adrenaline you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so Donatello's news on Thursday, I don't mean this while I'm saying it. It was kind of old news, but it wasn't old news because that's really big news. That's a big story. But I think as a fan, we get so caught up in what goes on next, and this club continues to pound you with great stories. Boom, 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 boom. Win here, number here. You know, it just keeps coming at you. I mean, by the time I tell you 29 games above 500, we're 30, franchise high, right? And but boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to tell you what I think Casey's saying. I'm going to tell you this down just a little bit, maybe peeking a little bit. Casey, looking forward to seeing you in Cleveland too, Kenny. I'll have a care package for you, my friend. I'm trying to make some plans for maybe a big event there too. I'll be in touch with you on that. But Cleveland's going to be fun a week from it'll be week and a half, 2 weeks basically, right? Yeah. Casey, he does deserve it. And I'm going to I think what Casey's saying too, not put words in your mouth, mate, but remember he got the win in Chicago last Friday, week ago Friday, right? In Chicago on the road. They've been playing good baseball. Were they 14-2 in the month of August? And one of those losses was to Donatello at their ballpark. Monarchs had a really great ball game there on that Friday night. Justin winning his last two starts in phenomenal fashion. And really, I think it all began prior to that when he made the spot start and really went the rotation. And when Joe kind of dropped in the postgame show, maybe 2 weeks ago, he'll be in the road, he'll be starting next time or whatever, however Joe said it. And I believe it all started then. So this actually goes back. You really can give this guy the award for 2 weeks in a row. You really go his whole body of work 3 weeks in a row, really. But I think what Casey's saying, and I agree, it's not a one-time deal. This guy, much deserving. He's been outstanding. And we talk so much about offense here, right? And that's why you hear me in the pregame shows with Joe Capetter's Top Step, brought to you by your Midwest Ford dealers. I always try to give the pitching angle first because the offense is it's a successive story. It just keeps getting better. I mean, another great moment, right? In the grinding up bats or whatever, home runs, that kind of thing. So trying to make a point in the pitching, and it was not lost on Joe. And it was not lost to him on Friday when he taped the Top Step for Friday night's ball game. I mean, he was the story. I mean, yeah, the team won that ball game going away, whatever the score was, 6-1. No, more than that. It was 5-1, 7-1, whatever the score was. I can't keep coming at you. Questions, comments there on that, but pitcher of the week, Justin Donatello, much deserved. Justin's numbers this week, that one start, again, he fired off the complete game shutout as he 2-hit shutout Thursday night, 101 pitches, 4-0 win. I say 7-0, 4-0 win. Third start of the year, pitch of the bullpen much of the year. He holds a 2.40 in 13 games, 34 strikeouts, 33 and 2/3 innings. So congratulations, Justin. I have no idea where he has at today. I know the guys are probably by the pool somewhere, and unfortunately, an off day tracking him down. We probably would have had him on. I probably had Morgan on the show 2 weeks ago, but try to give these guys their space on their off day and let them enjoy their off day. All right, so that's when we start off right there. Let's also start with this when we go back to the weekend it was. Besides that, there is the standings where the association sits now, and the Monarchs in the grand pecking order. This is what it looks like today. As we'll pull this up for you now. Kansas City with the win yesterday. We'll get to that too. We'll get to that in a moment. There you go. There's your standings today in the association as we play on a Monday. There is action tonight, both affecting the association South Division. Get to that in a moment. Chicago, 2.5 games clear, winning 4 in a row. Fargo's won 5 in a row. Fargo has leapfrogged Milwaukee as well by a half game. Milwaukee dropping 3 in a row, 51 and 35. I keep saying this. A really good ball club, and I mean a really good ball club, is going to miss out on playing in the postseason series. Now they'll make the wild card round. I mean, Milwaukee or Fargo is going to maybe Chicago make the wild card play-in. One of those teams will make the play-in. And one of them will be a really good ball club that probably would be a tough matchup in 5 games. Doesn't matter which one. I mean, they're all three going to be. They're all three solid. We've seen all 3 teams. They each have their strengths. They each have their minimal, and I mean minimal weaknesses, and they are really tough. Winnipeg, 8 back. They're 8 back of the pace, 5 back of Milwaukee right now. There is a big series coming up between the Milk and Winnie coming up later on this year, or this season, 2 weeks from now. So really, Winnipeg's got to keep closing the gap. We'll get to that schedule in a moment. King County, 15 back, 2 of the last 10. Gary South Shore, they've 2 of the last 10 as well. 21.5 back. The Monarchs get the King County Cougars on tomorrow night. They're in Geneva. Kansas City winning 4 in a row, 7-10. Second hottest team behind those dogs. Lincoln, 11.5 back. They did get the win yesterday, but they are 11.5 back, running out of calendar days now to catch the Monarchs and really everybody's doing that. Cleveland with the loss last night. Sioux City, a big win last night. We'll talk about that in a moment. 45-40, and then Sioux City 45-42, 14 back, 25 back on the Falls. We'll see them early next week. And Houston, who we'll see this weekend, they are 45.5 back in the South Division. So there's how your standings look right now. Monarchs with the win yesterday. Now, what did that do? Now, we've been only counting. I brought this up a little bit. I think I brought it up on Saturday night, perhaps in the post-game show. I think I did. But the Monarchs with the walk-off win yesterday, and I don't know why this is not coming up, so let me pull this up for you guys real quickly here. I hate it when my best laid plans go awry. I had a great segue into my next little spiel here. My copy points, my show points, if you will. But I did retweet this out, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise to you. But let me go ahead and put this on the screen so that way you can see it. And we will do that. How about that? Because it won't, for some reason, it's not loading in the system. It says it's not supported, but I know it is. But oh well. Okay, this is what I was going to tell you about. The Monarchs with the win yesterday did do this. Did take care of business. And I mean, the Monarchs did clinch a postseason spot. And again, you know, it's I haven't mentioned it as much because basically, really, 5 spots left. The Monarchs have clinched at least a play-in game. I mentioned this on Saturday, maybe Friday, that the Monarchs were 1 game, or I think it was 2 games away from that. But again, I didn't want to dive in too deep to that. I think they're bigger fish to fry here for the division and all that, and I think that's the one that you're really looking at. But the good news is the Monarchs did clinch a playoff spot, so the Monarchs are in. Only 5 more spots to go of the 6, but Kansas City clinching 1, probably going to be the driver's seat, I would think, and barring if Casey doesn't pick the team up for the bus trip, then we're probably not going to be. We might be in trouble. But as long as Casey's going to pick the team up and drive them from point A to point B, I think we're okay. I mean, you know, barring anything, you know, I don't see how this team doesn't win a couple more ball games, right? So anyway, right there, that is the first message. So yesterday, the Monarchs clinching a postseason berth yesterday, and that's big news for Kansas City. Again, that's the play-in game. I believe one more win. Well, the play-in game is definitely clinched. I think one more win pushes you into the number 2 spot, and then we talked about the magic number right there for Kansas City to clinch the actual division is now 3. And I like the 3. It's 2.5 technically, but the half game's in play. And that number could drop tonight. And that's what I'll get to next. That number could very well drop tonight, as tonight there is action in the association. 2 games being played. Both of them do affect the Monarch standings. Lincoln is in Chicago. This is Lincoln's week. Lincoln's got a chance. If they survive this week, they've got 3 in Chicago. They've got 4 against Cleveland. That's their 7 days this week. No off day for the Salties this week. Lincoln survives this week. And I would say if they win the series in Chicago and win 3 or 4 against Cleveland, you might as well just kind of pencil them in as a number 2 team. It would be very difficult, I think, mathematically, although things can still happen. They can still go in the tank the final week. They can still have a long losing streak. But they've got Houston, the back end of that last homestand. They got Houston there in Lincoln. I believe they've got I think they've got Milwaukee. Is that what I wrote down? I've got my cheat sheet. But anyway, we can talk about that later on this week. But if Lincoln can survive the series, if they win the series in Chicago and win the series against Cleveland, and really for them, it might even be just being finishing 500 against Cleveland in that head-to-head this weekend, I think that'd be big. As Max is joining me on the show right there. There he is, the greatest dog in the league. He's looking for mom today. His mom's at school. But anyway, so that is the situation there again. So with Cleveland playing tonight and the Salt Dogs, Cleveland has got Sioux Falls tonight. So I didn't mention that. Now there is a scenario with the standings in play that should, if let's just say Cleveland was to win tonight, they go to 46-40. Lincoln losing would go to 47-40. They'd be even again the loss column. That would make that weekend series that much bigger for those two clubs because, again, they're going to be big anyway. But last night, Sioux City around the board in the league last night, they did beat the Cleveland Railroaders, taking 2 of 3. Probably could have had more in the series, but do get that one. And oops, sorry about that. Some reason not sure why I've got that coming up there. Scoreboard, there we go. And the scoreboard from last night. Up there we go. Last night for Sioux City, and I read the game story, but 10-4 winner. They rolled in that one. So that win last night took 2 or 3, and basically it keeps things game on. It's still got a lot to play for, those 3 ball clubs. And right now, Sioux City's a game out of the play-in game. They are 2.5 games out of second position. Now, they're off today, so again, Lincoln could claim a half game on them and on Cleburne as well. The right scenario comes out of the deck today. You could have several. You could have a 1-game deficit for Lincoln and Cleburne. You could even have a half game between Cleburne and Sioux City. You could have Cleburne. Cleburne wouldn't be in first, but they'd be percentage points behind, only a half game back again because now they're a game and a half back. So there's all that in play. What's that mean for Kansas City? A lot of DV just chatterboxing to tell you what that means. Well, that means the Monarchs can shave another game off today on the magic number. There is a scenario in play tomorrow that Monarchs could do it, and I believe more likely sometime this week in King County, but the scenario is in play. The right combinations tonight. Kansas City still with 3 games would do it. The right combination could do it on, you clinch the tie tomorrow night, the division on Wednesday night in King County. That's the scenario in play with the right combinations. Of course, the Monarchs winning the 2 and the losses happening. Both teams lost tonight. Actually, if Lincoln loses tonight, that puts you into a chance to clinch it on Wednesday there in King County. So conversation John West and I had yesterday as I was leaving, kind of just going through those scenarios. Where does it stand for the Monarchs? And again, the playoffs have been clinched, but the division not. So that all is in play. And again, that's the watch tonight. If you look up tonight, just happen to see that Lincoln lost and Cleburne lost, that will just tick one more box there. And that means you can do it Wednesday there in King County. So that's all a possibility. And, I said this all the offseason. This is me in the offseason. I told you this. I said that I felt very strongly this club would be playing meaningful baseball in August. I also felt that the way this division's gone down since 2017, that it would make sense that the Monarchs to probably have a situation where be clinching a postseason spot the last week in the season. I mentioned that I thought those Cleburne games would be the most meaningful games of the year. They still be very meaningful games for some folks, but I think it won't be as meaningful for Kansas City as it will be for Cleburne. Again, I've been right a lot of things this year, but wrong once in a while. That one I'm wrong about. That it looks like that the Monarchs will have already clinched something by the time they get to Cleburne, which will be that's a Friday a week, right? Yeah. So anyway, a couple more notes as I'm waiting for the good news highlights to load in from the game yesterday. The Monarchs have an outside chance of having a franchise record in wins at home. That was the 41st win at home yesterday. The most wins ever by the franchise at home, going back by franchise in the association. Let me put it that way. Association home total, I believe, is 43. The Monarchs have a shot at 44. So that's in play coming up this weekend against Houston. Now, the Monarchs have beaten Houston every time this year. So they're a sweep of Houston, which would be 3 consecutive, not 3 consecutive, it would be, in three-game series. There was a 3-game series against Sioux City, but the Monarchs had the doubleheader mixed in there, so that one didn't count. But as far as 3 games in 3 days, how about that? But be back-to-back sweeps at home as Kansas City, again, that's looking forward to the weekend. Monarchs also reaching 31 games above 500. That is a franchise record. That's a franchise high. Now, that old high was 28, hit it 29 last Friday, then hit it again. And now every time we add on to it, that's a franchise record above 500. Currently at 31 games above 500. So how did it happen yesterday? Well, Let's tell you how it happened yesterday. Looking back on the game, I never, and I told this to Jack, I believe, during the post game yesterday. This team was about the time run no matter what yesterday. But this team for sure, as Max doesn't want to be on the show anymore. Are you not on the show no more, bud? What are you doing? You're okay. You're not in trouble, man. You're not in trouble. Daddy's just doing a show here. It's all good. Bark in the park next weekend. Bark in the park next weekend, buddy. Bark in the park, Bubs. Miss this guy. All right, so where was I before I started being puppy dog dad or dog dad, right? I'm dog dad and girl dad, right? Oh, highlights from yesterday. Okay, yesterday's highlights. And I get questions and comments about the game. It's like I told Jack last night. I feel pretty confident once you get someone in that bottom third of the card on in a must-run situation that I feel pretty – and this even happens in the third or fourth inning. I feel pretty confident when you get somebody at the bottom on, the top's going to deliver. And we've talked about this. If you face this lineup 4 times in a day, the McCullough, Grote, John Sweeney, 1, 2, 3 at the top, it's hard. And Burks this week because Charcer been in there in that number 2 spot with Ryan injured right or slowed right now. Should be back hopefully tomorrow. But it's tough to solve those 3 in order. And then, oh, by the way, here comes Gabby. And oh, here comes Casey. And oh, here comes Ebendell. I mean, it's tough to do that back-to-back, much less one time through. So, yes, and a clear example, Karen, and you're right. And again, I sat there in that 9th inning, and I felt pretty good, even with 1 out. Because, again, Colin Willis on a 1-2 pitch gets a base hit to right. Kendra had a really good at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches, and don't count that out, too. The fact that he saw a lot of pitches from Hadley, a guy who, by the way, had a lot of earned runs since July 2nd in a mop-up role. And by my records I could find, he had not bought a save this year. And Anthony Barone, their manager, told me as such, he didn't tell me that, but he told me before the ball game, I wish I could get my closer this weekend. I haven't had a chance to. He's really solid. They have a really good bullpen. What you did this weekend against a really good bullpen was pull 2 games out in playoff style. That's what playoff teams do against really good bullpens. That bullpen, they ran 2 rookies out on Saturday who were the kid out of Canisius, the kid out of UCLA. Those kids have jobs just about anywhere in this league, and I'm shocked they're not going to be signed. If they probably will be in the offseason to some affiliated ranks. That's how good that bullpen's been for them. And Hadley's been good. And remember, that's a bullpen they pulled Miles Smith out of and put him in the rotation. He's probably been the best starter in the league. That's pitching staff's really, really good. You saw 2 really good bullpens back-to-back and won both series. I think you got to feel pretty good. I mean, Nate Gherkin is about as good as they come in the back end in the league in Sioux City. But, yeah, it's never over until it's over. A clear example, Karen. And how about the highlights? Let's play them for you. Good news from yesterday. 3, 2, 1, roll them. Here we go. Milkman lead it, and David Holmberg will deal a line up the middle, and Charson Burks back where it came from, and under the glove of Holmberg into center field. Burks is 2 for 2. Holmberg, there goes the runner. Throw to second base, the pitch away. It is. Oh, can he hold on? He got him. Yeah, holding on. A collision there between 2-0. Here's one line to the right field line. That will be a base hit that'll bounce to the corner. Willis will turn. He'll race for 2. He might have a chance for 3. He'll put the brakes on. The throw comes back in quickly. He'll put the brakes on there and stops. Here's the 1-0. Line out toward left center. That'll be a base hit that'll drop. Rounding third is Willis. He will come home. We are tied at 1. RBI single, Alexis Almeida. His 18th RBI. Even here in the 0 for 2 so far today. Hit out toward left center field. Pretty well hit. On the run, though, tracking it down. They won't track it down. A roll to the bullpen door gate. Just shy of the gates out there. And Gillespie has a leadoff double. There you go. There you go. Kick. 1-1. Here's one looped out toward left. Down the line. That's a base hit. Rounding third is Gillespie. He will score. Another RBI for Alexis Almeida. We're tied at 2. How about that? Oh, man, big-time clutch. Morgan Hit one out towards center field, drifting back, still going at the track, reaching up, over the head, rounding is one. Here comes Santa. He will round third. Here's a throw coming home. Throw is high, not in time. They've walked it off. Final score, Kansas City 4, Milwaukee 3. Morgan McCullough, a bases clearing double, walks it off in Kansas City. Oh. Wow. How about that right there, huh? How about that for a good news Sunday? There we go. That's the good news highlights from yesterday. That we'll give you the highlights. I'll run through the rest of them, too. I think they're worthy of playing them. We'll load those in, but good news highlights. Comments about yesterday's ball game. I think Karen says it well. Right on. Ain't over till it's over, right? Not over. And it wasn't. As fun as that was, Saturday night wasn't too bad either. I don't know if Casey's still watching, but I think he sees enough of these games. He could tell you, Mr. Steady, that's Colin Willis. Now, career high in home runs for him this year, but he has been steady. If you go back to pull up his day-to-day, and I'll do that right now for you. I want to pull up his day-to-day numbers, just and what they do is where he stood on a certain day, okay? So let me even pull these up. This is something I probably should do, probably should have done already, but here's – sorry, I got the wrong one. I got Charcer up. Charcer been very steady as well. Colin Willis, here we go. And this is Colin Willis's numbers average, where he's been – I'm going to go back. Let's just go back. Okay, early on the year, we get your sample size, right? But by the time you get to the first 25 ball games, you start to settle in, right? And here is where he settled in. Let's go the first month in. Okay, first month in, at June 18th, a month after the opening day, he was at 300. These are the numbers in succession to where he gets where he gets now. 300, 286, 291, 281, 290, 276, 287, 283, 291, 292, 296, 288, 287, 288. Now here we go into July. 300, 306, 307, 314, 310, 315, 314, 318, 319, 313, 323, 314, 309, 307, 306, 299, 309, 306, 299, 300, 301, 301, 303, 300, 304, 305, 304, 307, 309, 308, 318, 316, 316, 321, 316, 314, 310, 312, 318, 320, 319, 316. Never below 290. What was it? What did I tell you? 298? In that window, is that as consistent of a guy as you've seen there? That is a phenomenal. Reading those lines out to you, and I'll just give the RBI totals. This is for July alone. All right, I'm going for July 7th. Okay, actually, I want to give the run totals too. Let's give the run totals first. Okay, here are run totals for July 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 24, 25, 23, 24, 27, 29, 30, 33, 34, 36, 38, 40 runs since 4th of July scored. RBI totals since then. 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16, 18, 22, 4, 27, 29, 35, 37, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49. That's steady. That's a guy that's steady as she goes. And we don't realize, and Joe said this on Friday to me or Saturday on the top step, we don't realize that Colin Willis is batting 7th most of the time. You kind of forget. I mean, and I don't mean to forget because I know as a broadcaster, but as fans, I put my fan cap on here. It's wearing it right now. I oftentimes forget, Colin Willis is batting over the bottom. Well, he sets up that walk-off yesterday. He set up 2 runs for you yesterday. The walk-off winner, the single gets you going in that 9th inning. But remember the run earlier? Almeida had 2 RBIs, very clutch for the ball club low. But Gillespie doubles and Willis doubles. Those 2 doubles come around with 2 outs by Alexis Almeida. You just can't sleep on this lineup card. And they delivered. And Willis sets that up. He gets aboard in that ninth inning last night, yesterday afternoon. Kinger does have that great at bat. Again, they saw lots of pitches there from Hadley. You see a lot of pitches there, and that was a great at bat for Kinger despite going out. Will just missed a base hit down the line anyway. I mean, he was on it. Then you wind up, that pitch hit roll. Then you wind up getting to the top of the card. I'm sorry, Kevin Santa gets aboard with a base hit. Which, remember when Kevin was healthy? He was doing that, right? Go Monarchs, Craig. Craig, go Monarchs, my friend. Yeah. Our bags are packed. And then it's Connell Willis. But again, there's so many ways this club beats you. I mean, you sleep and you go, well, there's Willis driving in runs, and by getting aboard. And then you got McCullough, who drives the winning run. Darnell Sweeney the night before, and we've had Casey Gillespie, Ibadel Isabel, you name it. Oh, Gabby Guerrero. Talk about steady. RBI machine right there. So let's show you about Saturday night. I love this one. This is one of those great ball games Saturday. Great crowd, great atmosphere. The club, it was a nip and tuck playoff type game. Great pitchers duel. Bullpens locked it down. Another tough guy in the bullpen, the Monarchs were facing. And Darnell Sweeney launches a line shot home run to right. Pretty impressive stuff. And again, this team it's amazing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1 from Saturday. Promise. Three-two payoff. Hit high out toward left field. That's going to be way out of here. At the wall. See you later. It clears the bleachers. In the parking lot for Ibadel Isabel. See you later. It's 2-0 Kansas City. Runners go. Low, he walked up outside corner. Cold strike in the second base. He's safe, though. Chance for Charles Burks to the right side. Burks hits one out toward right, going over his Riddles. On the run, still going. He will track it down. He dropped it. One run will score. Another scores. Mikey Riddles dropped the ball in the gap in right center field. The Tate Stars, 3-2 payoff. Here's one lined up toward right field. That's pretty well hit. At the track, it's gone. Home run Hill. See you later. He will touch a ball. His 17th RBI number 60. A T-Mobile home run Hill shot. It's 5-4. 5-4 winner right there. That was on Saturday night. That was the walk-off, not walk-off, but that was good news right there. Isabel is he's a big dude. He is a big dude. He is built like an NFL player. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about offensive lineman. He looks like a guy you'd see in training camp playing wide receiver or tight end. I mean, he has safety. I mean, he's a big dude and a phenomenal young man. I've really enjoyed getting to chat with him. He's a really good guy. A team full of good guys. But again, looking back to Saturday night, that's a nip and tuck game. Great atmosphere. Players were into it. Team was into it. What this club does on a regular basis, and that one was pretty impressive. Again, tough bullpen. This team wins the club. Team is slowly rising now 6th in the league in saves. The middle. At one point, remember, this team was 11th in saves because they're winning going away. But they're now winning some close ball games. I believe that number now is 8 of 10. Point, the one-run ball games, the Monarchs were, I believe it was 2-6, 2-7. But if it's starting to win them, they were losing some heartbreakers. they eventually would flip because this team keeps me. You can't bat the tying run like they bat constantly with this lineup card and do what they do. And a big tip of the cap for Joe Capietro throwing about a name like Issa. That's a great example of reloading during the season. Monarchs reload during the season, and really special to see this club do what they're doing. All right, Monarchs question. I'll get you the Friday night highlights too. I think that's where we might as well do that, and I'll final little humor video I've got for you in the back end. If you joined us late, congratulations to Tella. He has been named sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I don't know exactly what the story was, but should be back with you. Hopefully. Come on. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. There we go. Okay, we lost as all the viewers just disappeared. Sorry. Should be back. Exactly what the story was. Sorry, I gotta put this down here. Hopefully. There we go. I hate when we drop like that because we went from like 20 viewers to like 3, and it's just my mom left, right? Love you, Mom. Yeah, I know you lost me, Mom. We're back. Okay, where was I? I was telling you guys about, I didn't know what I was even telling you about. But let's reset here. Just a moment. Let me reset things here. I'm going to tell you about the Friday night, but let's skip that because Friday night was great. Um, if we can get the highlights in there, great. That we can't, I understand. We'll try it again real quick. Let's see if they'll load in for us. But again, Friday night was one of those, the weather was coming. The bad weather was coming. We knew it was over the horizon. We knew about 9:30-ish. It's going to hit us. And dang if it did. And I'm going to show you some video of the tarp pool in a moment just to kind of reconfirm that when I give the highlights of the ballgame as well. But that ballgame was nip and tuck too early on. Kansas City did get the lead and blew it open, but it took, at one point, it was a one-run ballgame for Kansas City. So it wasn't like this thing was a blowout. They were all three playoff-like atmosphere ballgames, the kind of games that in the postseason you're going to have to win and have to pull out, that kind of fashion where, it reminded me a lot of the 2018 season against St. Paul. Those three ball games reminded me so much of that. And really just the home games here. And really the home reminded me of the games against Sioux City here in 2018 as well. Reminded me just of that whole feeling of how the Monarchs, at that time, the T-Bones found a way in real nip and tuck ball games. And that's what this team is able to do. But again, you love yesterday, you love Saturday, you probably love Friday. They were all very similar, except Fridays had the added bonus after the 7th of the rain coming. But the Monarchs did do what the Monarchs do, and that's get a lead and hold on to it. Again, a lot of the bullpen, and that's another thing. The bullpen's efforts this weekend should not be lost on you because the bullpen was really toe-to-toe with the best bullpen in the league, perhaps, and actually out-bullpenned them. And go back to the series in Milwaukee. Remember those series in Milwaukee, 2-2? That was the Monarchs had an 8-1 lead in game number 4 of that series and would have won that series. It was a 3-game series. The Monarchs won it 2-1. So it won the season series against Milwaukee. Okay, here we go. Here's Friday night. I got them for you now. Let's roll Fridays. Good news. Third is the payoff. Line to center. That's a base hit. Makes it 2-1. They'll wave Kinger around. Here's a throw coming up. It is going to be not in time as he slides on a tag. Does Kinger around the tag at Chris Conley. It's hopefully. Come on. To the right field, down the line to the corner. That's all the field here. That ball is gone. See you later. He will touch a ball. A line shot home run down the right field line. The Monarchs have set an American Association record. Their 129th home run, a new league record. 9th home run for the Monarchs this year. Line to left, that's a base hit, down toward the corner. Gillespie be waved around. Here's the throw, there's no throw. He'll come home standing, and we're tied at 5 with the RBI for Imanel Isabel, his number 9th.
Well, just because they never happen.
First one to Morgan McCullough, hit out toward left, down the line, long run, still going and dropping. That'll be a base hit. Kind of sliding for Adam Brett Walker. Probably ill-advised. McCullough will turn, he'll race for 3. Here's a throw coming to third base. It doesn't matter, he's got a triple. He's got his ground ball left side. Base hit toward left field. Burks will be waved around. Here's a throw coming up. It is going to be cut off. He'll score standing. RBI for Gabby Guerrero. He has 3 tonight.
Quarterback and first time in my life.
Line to right field. That's going to be trouble. That'll be bouncing one hop the wall out there. Up the wall. Gillespie races for 2. He will be in there, sliding in. And he slid around the tag. Great slide around that tag right there. And the rains came in the 7th inning, but that's the good news highlights from Friday. A couple of things to recap on that ball game from Friday night. Monarchs did set the association mark for home runs in a season with 129. That was Morgan McCullough's home run. And we had the youngster and his mate who caught the ball in the booth on the broadcast Friday night as well. That was kind of fun. So all that right there. Okay, what you did miss on Friday, because again, you saw folks trying to thin out there. That crowd thinned out because they knew it was coming. You saw the lightning off toward the north. Luckily, they, I believe it would have been that night, Jet Minton called for the tarp to come out. They did cover the tarp. Here is, this is the, I'm going to do this for you guys. Here we go. I'm going to do, this is the first one. Now, I think you guys will like this. I think this is the one that let's see here. By the way, Sarah asking, join late. No one put tickets go on sale. Mark McKee told us on Saturday night that announcement's forthcoming, but it's coming. It'll be probably, I would imagine, later in the week, but it's coming. I know they're working on it. I know they had a meeting about it, I believe, Friday for sure, and they've talked about it. And I know that Mark, it mentioned on Saturday night that it was definitely forthcoming. So there's that. So we will have that stand by for that. I'll give you an update in the broadcast the next couple of nights too. Megan, Saturday night for your birthday. That was a good birthday game, wasn't it, Corey? I mean, how about that, huh? It was a good birthday game. I think that's a really good birthday game. I mean, what else could you not like about that? I mean, it was a great atmosphere. I mean, Tyler's amazing balancing act, all that really good. Now, Friday night had some fun drama here. It was phenomenal, Corey. I'm glad you were there, man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Corey. Happy birthday to you. That's the remix version, by the way, on a Monday. Emerson Peavy on my staff, who is phenomenal young lady out of KU. She had a bit of a dilemma. We're going to talk about it. And we had her on the broadcast on Saturday, but the tarp pull from Friday night was pretty epic, okay? Now, I've got the video sped up for you, and so you guys can watch this, and then I'll play it back in real time in a moment. Emerson went under the tarp. It's like going under the waves at a beach. It's like standing at the Pacific Ocean, standing there like this, with your arms spread out, and here comes the big wave, the big surfer wave. It's a surfing wave. In surfing terms, they call it going under the wave, and it pulled you under the wave. Well, she got under the tarp there, right? And she lost her cell phone. Everybody needs their phone, right? Lo and behold, her phone reappears on Saturday when they uncovered the tarp at 9 a.m. after the monsoons. But here is the sped up tarp pull from Friday night. And let's see, I think it's the sped up version. I hope it is. Let's give this to you from Friday night. Here we go. There we go. That's the tarp crew. There they are, sped up. And you can see the milkmen grabbing their bags and all that. And then the rain hadn't come yet, but see the breeze kind of pick it up. There they go. There's Jesse. Jesse's hustling. There's young Tyler, KUer. And they're scrambling. There goes Caitlin. There's Emerson right in the middle of the screen there. And now we're at a wide shot. I think Jack and there comes Nathan. Nathan's scrambling. Jack just kind of missed the whole thing, but here we go. They're going to scramble and cover. There we go. You like the Wizard of Oz music, or the Benny Hill music. So they're scrambling there. There's Jay. Jay, stay away, sir. They're scrambling. Now, watch this move right here. Here we go. There we go. The blue. See it blue. And we'll slow it down in a moment. And watch Emerson. Here we go. And she goes under. Under she goes. There she's under. She's under. There she is. She's out. Lost her phone, but she doesn't realize at the time. Her phone's under the tarp. And there we go. There they cover. Now, how about that? Look at that. Look at that. And Tyler's like, oh, no, it's blowing. No. That's the real-time tarp pull from last Friday night. And I don't think I have. I know I have it, but there we go. Look at this. I don't know who that is. One of the grounds crew members is just holding on for dear life. Do not blow away. He's throwing his body into it. How about that? Yeah, that's Friday night. Okay, that's the Friday night tarp pull. Now that was sped up for you. I don't think I have. Do I have the? I think I do. Hold on. This is the normal tarp pull. This is the audio that I had at the time. You hear me chatting about it, but I didn't see Emerson in real time go under. I didn't see this. So, again, let's see if I can go back on it here for you. I think this is it right here. This is the sped up version. Here we go. Here we go. Sped up again. One more time, the encore for Emerson here. Here we go. Okay, they're all good here. Okay, they're fine here. And this is where it gets done. Watch again. Emerson's up the top of the screen, and you're going to watch her disappear. Go to the screen left. Here we go. Watch this thing first blow on them. Up there, up. It picked her off the ground, and I believe next to her, that may be Emma next to her. Yeah, Emma was next to her. Picked her off the ground. And here we go. Under the tarp she goes. Whoop. Hold on. Whoop. There we go. Try it again. Here we go. Up there she went. And up. They're looking. Where is she? And it is Emma. Oh, there we go. There she's out. And that's right there. Emerson, what a trooper she was. And her, I won't even play the full speed because we got it. You got the idea. But what a trooper she was. And they found the phone the next morning. I don't know if you guys saw the social media post, but it was out there. Do I have that? I don't guess I do. But anyway, fun stuff. Congratulations, Emerson's phone. It turned into a great social media bit, too. It was really good. It was fun stuff. An update. We had like hourly updates on it all as Emerson Peavy's phone has survived and this tarp crew survived. Look at that. Look at this. Holding on for dear life. I mean, that wind was the wind. If you guys were there that night on Friday, the wind began out of the southeast, blowing toward the left field foul pole, basically the prevailing eastern winds. It shifted 180 out of the northwest. It was crazy. Man, it was crazy. And they were trying to carry that thing in. That's why airplanes get lift, because they're trying to pull that tarp and they get the air under it. It picks them all up. It picked them off the ground. Anyway, that's what happened on Friday night. So there we go. There is your Friday night. Again, once again, the reminder, pitcher of the week, Justin Donatella. He is your pitcher of the week. Congratulations to Justin and to Joe Capiat, staff, Mike Hinneman, everybody. Of course, John West, Bill Sobey, and Frank White, the entire coaching staff, and really for Justin and his teammates. Just great news right there. That's just phenomenal stuff, and really, really, really happy for him and the ball club. Okay, let's take this to the broadcast time tomorrow night on the Monarchs broadcast. Oops, sorry about that. I just deleted the Monarchs broadcast network, so I got to go dig for that now. Oh, my gosh, Ron. What are you doing? You're like in postseason form here. Or, I'm sorry, preseason form. Might be postseason form, because postseason form means that you sort of have it together here. All right. Broadcast time tomorrow night. There we go. Here's the Monarchs Broadcast Network logo. There we go. Right there, folks. There we go. Tomorrow night. Now, AABaseball.tv is your place to catch the video side of things tomorrow night. And that'll be on AABaseball.tv. We'll be at Geneva, Illinois. They're in King County. Ballpark is known as Northwest Medicine Field. There in King County, and that'll be tomorrow night. Game time, remember this, it's at 6:30 tomorrow night. 6:30 tomorrow is the first pitch. I'm going to put that in the reminder here. First pitch. Just so you guys see this. First pitch tomorrow, 6:30, which means we'll come your way tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, okay? 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Mom. I'll see you there. There you go. First pitch tomorrow night, 6:30. And the team departing, I believe departing either late tonight or early in the morning, but it'll be late. Most of us will be asleep or sort of asleep when the team departs. That's the plan, as I understand. But again, first pitch tomorrow night, on the air at 6 o'clock with MixLR. Just take the MixLR app, take the association site, mix them together. Or if you don't have AABaseball.tv, just listen to us on the air on MixLR. And I've actually loaded in the game time, I believe, already, I think. And anyway, I'll put this is the broadcast link for you right here. And again, little numbers to talk about tomorrow night. Monarchs magic number again, hopefully going down. And the Monarchs will hopefully continue to just do what they're doing. Still a couple things to note. Franchise has set a high in wins at home in a season, but the association mark is in sight with 3 wins this weekend coming up. And that's the next time we'll be home. Friday night against Houston, monarchsbaseball.com for tickets. Oh, and by the way, we're starting to see some love out there amongst our media brethren, and thank you very much for that. But a big thanks to, like, for example, yesterday, I saw this morning, but yesterday, this morning, Jared Kohler over at KCTV5 retweeting the Red Hot Kansas City Monarchs. What a good stuff. Appreciation tweet from the Monarchs. Love that stuff. Thank you, mate, for covering us. And again, tell your friends and neighbors, tell everybody to support this Monarchs ball club. Special things are happening in Kansas City. And there's your broadcast link for tomorrow night on the radio side of things right there. Maybe let's do this one. There we go. Be a little better. There we go. Tomorrow night. And there we go. So we've been on quite a while with the technical difficulties, but all good here. And again, much love. Last call on questions and comments here as the Monarchs, again, will face the King County Cougars tomorrow night, a 3-game series, and then home on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Next week, we'll be in Sioux Falls Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the off days on Thursday, into Texas on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So that's the week and a half. It's really 2 weeks from today is Labor Day, and will be our final game of the season. So playoff baseball around the corner. Playoff ticket update will be forthcoming as well. Stay tuned to our channels for that. I'll also have an update for you on the broadcast and on this show this week. There will be no show tomorrow. There'll be a pregame show, but not a show tomorrow. Tomorrow's pregame show, if I get set up in time, will come your way at 5:30 because our air time's at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. I got to, but anyway, but we will not have a show tomorrow at lunch because of travel, but we'll be back with you on Wednesday. But I'll give you all your updates and all that on Wednesday and Thursday from there in Illinois. I'll have that for you too. Remember the T-Bones, Connor says, I don't know what that means, but yeah, I remember them very well. I've got a championship ring from 2018 and a division title I got to call too in 19. I remember them very well. But right now, it's no longer the T-Bones. We are the Monarchs. And the Monarchs are doing what the Monarchs are doing, which is what Joe really, you know what, Connor? It's what Joe Capietra's done with this franchise. Nothing against anybody else before, and there were some good managers here. You know, Matt Doherty, for one, who's now the coaching staff of the Rockies, did some really phenomenal things here. But what Joe Capietra's done since 17, unprecedented. That's going to be 17, 18, 19, and 21, 4 consecutive winning seasons. That's never been done before. 4 consecutive seasons above 500, never been done before. 2 more wins, back-to-back division titles, never done in the association. I mean, there's some uncharted waters here that have never been accomplished as a T-Bone, as a Duluth Superior team, or whatever. It's something special. This franchise with Joe Capietra on the top step of the dugout, special things. But yes, remember the T-Bones. I remember them well, and I love the Monarchs. I hope you guys do too. Thanks for joining me today. I know it's a little long, little bit of a bounce on the internet, but thank you very much. We had a lot to talk about. Congratulations to Justin Donatello for being the pitcher of the week in the American Association. Thanks for joining us all weekend. Thanks for the love and the support. People tuning in worldwide. Thank you for that. Thanks for spending a little time with us. We'll get back on track on Wednesday at a normal time with a good cup of coffee. I'll find us a good coffee shop there in Geneva. We'll find one, or Aurora, or Naperville, or somewhere in the western suburbs of Chicago. Maybe we'll see Ferris Bueller out there, or somebody out there in that area. I don't know. You guys are a little too young for that, or maybe you're too old for that. You're like me. I don't know. All right, all good. Say it every time. Let's be better tomorrow than we were today. Let's show more love tomorrow than we did today. Oh, by the way, wishing all my brethren back in Kansas City, all the front office, a great work this weekend, everybody. Enjoy your off day. Love you, Morgan. You're awesome, Morgs. Best to you as well. But everybody just did a phenomenal job this weekend and really showing lots of Monarch love and doing a great job. And for us as fans, let's continue to do that. Show more love tomorrow we did today. Let's go forward, just being better people, better fans, and just being more loving to everybody. That's our theme. That's my theme in the broadcast booth. Sarah, appreciate you too for stopping by. Go Monarchs as well. And as I say every time, I'll see you in the broadcast tomorrow night from Illinois, Chicagoland. And as we all say it together, everybody ready here? 1, 2, 3, go Monarchs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go Monarchs.